Check that out. Isn't that great? Wow. Good morning everyone and welcome back to the Midweek Escape Artist. My name is Andre, I host the channel. Today I've got something really interesting for you. We're going to be talking about this guy. This is the Vargo Triad multi-fuel stove and they're amazing. Let me tell you why. So for some of you who've watched the channel a little bit in the past, you'd know that I'm a big fan of the Coleman 533 stove. Those things are incredible. They pump out an enormous amount of heat. They're very easy to maintain. They are totally robust. I don't have to stress about them packing them in my kit. I don't have to stress about them taking them into very, very extreme conditions. But they don't pack down small and they don't pack down light. So that's why I got this guy. I've been doing a little bit of sort of lightweight style camping recently, and I wanted to get a stove and a cooking system where it'll fit in a backpack. It's not going to cost me any weight in my pack, and I had a look around like a lot of different options. I've had a Trangia burner before, and I don't know, I just never really liked them. So I saw this one online and I thought I'd give this a go. Now, I don't know, you probably won't be able to appreciate how incredibly small this little thing is, but it is amazing. Now, on the back here, it says the weight is 30 grams. It's a folder diameter is 76 millimeters. The height is 30 millimeters and the fuel capacity is 44 mils. So it doesn't have a huge capacity, but it's meant to burn for about 20 minutes. I think that'll get most of you out of trouble to try and cook. So let's have a look. Look at that. Look at this little thing. It is incredible. Wow. Check that out. Isn't that great? Wow. Now, what I really like about this design is it sort of bridges the gap between a lot of different titanium stoves. A lot of titanium stoves don't have a pot stand. So you have to buy a separate pot stand or make something to put on top of it. You know, I don't have time to do that. So this is awesome because it already has a little pot stand, okay? The other cool thing about it is if you turn it upside down, it's got a spot here for some solid fuel tabs or gel fuel or whatever else you choose to use. So I think that is very, very clever design, very, very interesting design. And I just love the way it looks and I love the feeling of it. So I guess the main reason how I'm going to be using this guy is I've got myself some brand new cookeries, which I'll show you when we get to camp later on today. But this is going to go underneath there. So I wanted something super slim. So if you see, if I put these legs down, that is incredibly slim. That is going to fit into my cook system, which I'm very excited to show you about as well. But you could also just place that directly flat on a table. It's got some stability. I don't have to worry about this tipping over. I think it's fantastic. I think it's absolutely fantastic and I can't wait to try it. Now, like I said, I've only ever used the Trangia stove, so I'm keen to see how this compares to that. But from all the reviews that I've seen online, it's very, very mixed. Some people like them, some people don't, but I'm gonna give it a go. But before I do that, I'm just gonna show you a little bit more about what this looks like. Yeah. Alright guys, welcome to camp. We finally got ourselves set up. It was raining most of the afternoon, which was beautiful. But now I think it's definitely coffee time, which I think is the perfect opportunity to test the new Vargo Triad stove. So as I said to you, just to recap, super small, super light, super tiny, just absolutely amazing little piece of kit. So I have filled it with pretty much the required amount of methylated spirits. So yeah, let's light it and we're gonna make some coffee. Let's do it. So one thing to keep in mind with alcohol stoves is the flame itself is very, very hard to see. So if you're doing this in bright daylight, always be careful, always test. I can feel heat and I can see a little bit of the blue flame. Like, I don't think you guys will be able to see it just yet, but it is definitely there. So now the key is to wait for it to bloom. So the entire unit and the liquid needs to come to temperature, at which point these little jets will light. That means the alcohol is vaporizing, which is exactly what you want. So I think that should take maybe a minute or two, but I'll come back to you when that's going, and yeah, we'll see how we go. Which is amazing. That was really super fast. So keeping in mind, these little stoves are incredibly susceptible to wind. Even the slightest breeze will throw it off. So it's sort of sputtering in and out now, but this water is very much boiled. So I think it's ready to come off. So let's take that off. Now, you're meant to be able to just extinguish this by blowing on it, so let's try. Yes! Cool, coffee time. So my freshly boiled water from my first little alcohol stove go. Let's see. I'm so excited for this coffee, guys. Whew. Right, so I'm gonna make my coffee. And there we go, guys. I've made a cup of coffee with my little Vargo alcohol stove, little titanium plate that I've got. Wow. Okay, so in closing, I'm gonna say that this thing is incredible. I'm really happy with it. It's awesome. It's so incredibly small and it's lovely. Just look at it. So if you're in the market for a little titanium stove that runs off of basically nothing, I recommend these ones. There's lots of different ones on the market. The cool thing with this is you can actually put stuff directly on top of it. A lot of the sort of Trangia style burners, if you put something on top, you actually extinguish the flame and the jets. So keep that in mind. This one, so far, wicked cool. Super happy, guys. Thank you for joining me, and I'll update you if I come across any other thoughts on this guy. But for now, the Vargo Triad multi-fuel stove, big win. Yay.
Check that out. Isn't that great? Wow.